Within the Pokemon community, it's pretty obvious to many that Pokemon XYZ was quite literally the peak for Pokemon. From amazing animation and well-renowned characters, it was a no-brainer on why it's the highest rated Pokemon series of all time. But did you know that there was one character that actually played a huge part in XYZ's success? And no, I'm not talking about Ash or Greninja either. I'm talking about a person who is regarded by many as the best Pokegirl of all time. Her name is none other than Serena. But why is it that so many people fell in love with her character? What exactly did she bring to the table that no other Pokegirl before her ever did? Well, my friends, I'm here to tell you just that. My name is Pokey, and today we talk about why Serena is so popular. Now, to really grasp how much people liked Serena, she was actually one of the most requested characters to reappear in Journeys alongside Paula and Milan. Not to mention, during the XYZ series run, she was easily regarded as one of the best female characters in the entire franchise. But why? We're going to split this video into 3 different categories to really understand why Serena was so popular, with our first reason being her personality. Now, what separated Serena from other Pokegirls is the fact that she didn't follow the same formula. You see, other Pokegirls in the past series would always follow the I'm sassy and a jerk to Ash trope. This all started with Misty's character, and then they saw how much of a success it was and became the new norm for every single Pokegirl that followed. The Pokegirls were almost an exact replica of Misty. Now, I'm not saying that they were entirely Misty 2.0, they did have some defining characteristics, like May becoming a performer and such, whereas Misty remained a gym leader and a trainer. But as far as their personality went, it seemed like Pokemon stuck with that same formula and fans were starting to get bored of it. But once the XY series introduced us to Serena, everything changed for the better. People immediately loved Serena's personality. She was kind, caring, as well as independent. She wasn't bratty at all and not even a jerk to Ash. She got along with everyone in the group, including Bonnie and Clement, and she even helped make treats and other pastries as a kind gesture to everyone. And although she was gentle and kind, she still wasn't afraid to express how she was feeling, and people really enjoyed that, including myself. She was really the first Pokegirl who was not only friendly towards everyone, but always extended a helping hand whenever people were in trouble and was actively trying to help people whenever she could. It was really admirable. Even the little things, such as when Ash was sick, she battled a trainer who wanted to fight Ash. She even cared for him when he was sick as well, showing how much she really cared about him. And we all know Misty would have thrown him in the deep end. She would not have cared. Which brings us to our second reason, and probably the one you guys have been waiting to hear, which is her interactions with Ash. But before we dive into that, I have one thing to show you guys. Yes, that's right, we have 4 videos remaining before the Tale of Zygarde is officially released on YouTube. For those who are new to my channel, I upload a cinematic series based off of the past experiences of characters or regions in Pokemon. They're basically like a cool anime edit mixed in with an actual movie-like editing gourmet, and it sounds crazy, but you just have to watch it for yourself. I recommend the Tale of Ash Greninja or the Tale of Kanto. And this Zygarde video is going to be my best one yet, so subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss it. So the second reason as to why Serena was so popular was her relationship with Ash. She basically had feelings for him since she was in camp as a kid and actually met Ash before he became a Pokemon trainer. What's crazy about this is that Serena technically has the most amount of bond with Ash because she was the only Pokegirl that actually knew him before he even became a trainer. You can already tell the writers really loved Serena. This is what gave fans the diabetes of cuteness, because in all honesty, this was very wholesome. In Serena's eyes, Ash was not just an amazing trainer, but also a selfless hero who would do anything to protect his Pokemon and friends. Unlike past Pokegirls, she actually greatly admired Ash. Now, I'm not saying that Dawn and May never give Ash a compliment, but it happens once every blue moon. So every time something happened between the two of them, like Serena blushing around Ash and Ash complimenting Serena, it just felt like such a wholesome duo. Finally, after so long, somebody truly appreciates Ash as not just somebody who's good at battling, but also somebody with a good soul. So overall, Ash and Serena's bond was something special, and even today, something we have never seen again. And finally, we are at our final reason as to why Serena is so popular, and that is her impact. Now, normally Pokegirls have very little impact on the story, if anything at all. They are mainly used as either comedic relief or to fill in that girl spot in the group for the rest of the series. Iris was actually a step in the right direction, with her actually being entertained with Pokemon battling, but that's pretty much it. But Serena was different. You see, Serena has always had a much bigger purpose in the story as it progressed. For example, she wasn't just there to be the girl of the group, but also provide a completely different contrast compared to a Pokemon trainer, that being a performer. Serena's performances, although not as interesting as, say, Ash's battles, were still very entertaining to watch. Part of the reason being that the animators clearly loved Serena's performances, since a lot of them had amazing levels of animation. I'll even show you guys one of her best performances up to date. It made them feel like an actual performance and not just a few budget moves or slideshows. Because of the increase in animation, it gave so much more life to the performances. It gave you that same type of anticipation when you were getting ready to see Ash battling a strong trainer. And she doesn't always succeed. She loses time and time again, but she doesn't pity herself, but instead gets back up by herself. Not only that, but she had an incredible impact on Ash's character as a whole, which is shown even in Journeys. Yes, that's right. Back when Ash lost to Wolfric and couldn't control the Bond phenomenon state, Serena scolded him and gave him the reality check he needed. He needed to move on and become the person that actually enjoyed Pokemon battling for the fun and not just about winning. She's given him many lessons of which he still uses today. She's shaped Ash into a much better trainer because of that conversation they had. Let me ask you, when was the last time since XYZ that Ash felt beat up and depressed because of something that felt like his fault and was too focused on winning? That's right, he's grown since the ending to XYZ. If it wasn't for Serena telling him that the real Ash wouldn't be sulking all by himself and instead getting back up on his own, he would have been the same Ash since Indigo League that still cared about losing. And it becomes so much more wholesome when you realize the parallel of the two. When Serena completely bombed her performance debut, she felt the same exact way. Ash was the person who helped her when she was at her lowest. And when Ash needed someone to call out for him, Serena was right there. Someone after 5 generations told them that it's okay to lose, and that Pokemon battling in it of itself is a gift. This was all proven when Ash lost to Alon, and instead of sulking, he smiled. This is why fans love Serena, not just because she beat the jerk sassy trope, but also because when she was on screen, you knew that it was going to be fun. And whenever she was with Ash, you couldn't help but smile. And I know I'm right, because 7-year-old boys and girls were kicking their feet when they saw the kiss at the end of the show. Me included. Overall, I love Serena as a character, and to this day, my favorite Pokegirl companion and one of my favorite Pokemon characters of all time. From her adorable personality and strong nature to her kindness to the people she cares about, man, she's just amazing. How could you not love her? But what do you guys think of Serena? Do you think she's a really good character? Would you consider her one of your favorite Pokegirls? Or do you prefer the sassy sister Pokegirls from before? Let me know in the comments below. And be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and remember that the Till of Zygarde is right around the corner. That's all Yuki wrote, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.